Hey guys, it's me Deanna and welcome back to my channel. I have just completed my first semester of college and I can just say your girl was busy. I was overly involved. I was in organizations, I was in clubs, I am now in SGA. Like it was a lot at once, so I didn't really know how to balance. But now for second semester, I kind of have an idea of what I want to do and how I'm going to balance my time wisely. So don't trip. The new year is here and I will be trying my best to be consistent. But in today's video, speaking of college in my first semester, I wanted to share with you guys advice that I would like to share with you guys for your first semester of college and just things that I've learned about college since being there. Before we get started with this video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment down below which videos you guys want me to do next. Also, make sure you guys follow all my social medias at dihannafrancine. They'll be on the screen and linked in the description below. And without further ado, let's get started. So just a little background information. If you guys didn't know, I am a first year political science student at the illustrious North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University, which if you didn't know is an HBCU, historically Black college universities. So my experience will be a little bit different than someone who doesn't go to a big HBCU, because North Carolina A&T is the biggest public HBCU, and also it's an HBCU, so my experience isn't going to be the same for someone who's going to a PWI. So just take that into account when you're listening to what I'm saying. I just want to give a disclaimer that everyone's experience is going to be different. So yes, what I'm saying is more general, but at the same time, my school isn't going to do the same thing that a smaller school does or that a PWI does. So just keep that in mind. My first piece of advice is to do your research. Me personally, I could have probably done a little bit better doing this. I will say, even if I would have done a little bit more research beforehand, I probably still would have attended North Carolina A&T. But I say do your research, and the consists of research the meal plan, research the campus life, research the housing. Now, I do go to a HBCU, and there's this stigma that like all HBCUs have housing problems, which is true, but I feel like a lot of schools have housing issues and it's not just HBCU. So I feel like that narrative kind of needs to be pushed off. This year specifically at NCAT, I will just be completely honest, our housing was a mess. For me personally, I stay in the worst dorm on campus. I stay in Barbie Hall, and we had to relocate to a hotel for about like 4 days maybe. And this was like right before Thanksgiving break. Now, what I will say is I'm more of an optimistic person than a pessimistic person. And I feel like if you're going to go to a HBCU or you're just going to go to a school in general that might not have the same amount as funding as a PWI does, you kind of have to be optimistic. At the end of the day, yes, we were relocated to a hotel, but we were relocated. Like our I think it was like our heating and our water, it was just like acting weird. Like it wasn't working. Our water was cold for a while, and then some people's like heating didn't work. Some people didn't have AC. Some people, it was like overly cold. Like it was just like a lot of issues, but they relocated us to a hotel, and a lot of people were like complaining about that, which I get. It is kind of an inconvenience trying to pack up your stuff and then you got to go back to the dorm, pack up your stuff for Thanksgiving break. But at the end of the day, our HBCU had the resources to relocate us to a very nice hotel. Because let me tell you, we were staying in a very nice hotel, and the hotel had hot water. That was the cleanest shower I had taken in a while since being at school from home. And like I just wasn't complaining about it because like the hotel was nice. They relocated us. Everybody was relocated. People that didn't even stay in Barbie Hall that were dealing with the issues were able to come to the hotels. So like, yes, there was a big issue, but they fixed it. So I don't really have any complaints about that. And yeah, but overall, like do your research about what you can accept and what you can't. Because while I can accept it and say like I'm grateful that I'm in a hotel, somebody else might not want to be in a hotel. And honestly, that's valid. If you're paying over X amount of money for tuition for housing and you're not even being able to be housed all year long, then that's your prerogative. And if you don't want to go to a school like that, do your research about it. Another thing, the meal plan, the campus life. So me personally, as a freshman, honestly, I'm still not even sure how many meal plan options we have to choose from. But I didn't even change my meal plan. I know that you can change it, but I didn't even change it from what they gave me in my financial aid package. And I will say my meal plan is pretty decent. I have $350 dining dollars. I have the D14 meal plan. So if anyone is trying to go to A&T in the spring or in the fall or in the spring too, this is what I have. I have the D14 meal plan and then 350 flex dollars. So basically, flex dollars is you can spend money at like the restaurants on campus. Like we have a Chick-fil-A, a Wild Blue, a Einstein Bagels, Qdoba, Starbucks. We have two Starbucks, but one of them you can't use your dining dollars on. And then we have a like sub place, and yeah. And then we also have this store called Elements, which you can get like hygiene products, snacks, ices. It's like basically a small convenience store, and you can use your flex dollars on that. And then the meal swipes is 14 a week, and it'll just reset every week, and you can use that for our two dining halls. We have the Marketplace, which is in our student center, and then we have Williams Dining Hall. So basically, I think personally I had a pretty good meal plan. I just had to learn how to stretch my flex instead of using it all in the beginning of the year, which I did. But now I know what to do come next semester. But yeah, research your meal plan. Eating is a big part of college. A lot of people say you gain freshman 15. If anything, I probably lost 15 because I was not balancing how I was eating. I was not eating as much as I should have because I was trying to stretch money. I was trying to stretch my flex. I didn't really like what they had in the dining hall sometimes. So do your research on that so that you're being healthy and you're able to like eat meals while you're at school. So make sure you do your research on all of that. Another piece of advice I have is to be involved, especially if you're going to an HBCU. You're going to feel so out of place if you're not involved. I came to A&T, and within the first 3 weeks of being on campus, I was running for an SGA position, and I did win, which, like I'm saying, y'all, this is why I haven't really been that active, because I was just so involved and I really just didn't have time, and I didn't really know how to balance my time. But be involved. Like, you're not going to have fun, you're not going to enjoy yourself if you're not involved, if you're not applying to like positions, if you're not in organizations, if you're not volunteering, if you're not doing extracurricular activities. Like, if you are good at a sport but you didn't go through the school to do it, like you're not the one to do it, do join the recreational clubs. Like, one of my suite mates, she's on the recreational volleyball team at NCAT, and she is always traveling with the team. She was able to travel to Duke University, I think, UNC Chapel Hill, like other places, and she had so much fun. She's having so much fun, and it's just like she didn't have to be on the actual volleyball team to have fun, but she's still involved. Like, there's so many ways to be involved. Take advantage of those resources. You're paying the money to be here. Use it to the fullest extent. I've seen a lot of people posting TikToks towards the end of the first semester saying that they want to transfer from NCAT. And I'm a type of person where I can put myself in everybody's shoes. Like, I know how it feels to be miserable in a school. High school was literally hell on earth for me. I did not enjoy any minute. The happiest day I had of high school was graduation, when I knew I was never going to see those people's faces again, and I was never going to live in Texas for more than 3 months ever again in my life. So I know how it feels to be miserable. So I'm not going to discredit anyone's experience, but what I will say is, don't rule out a school if you're not using the resources that they give you to the fullest extent. Like, I know a lot of people come to A&T because we have like this stigma where like we're known for GHO, so everybody thinks we're a party school, which is not true because we get our work done, point blank period. Honestly, after welcome week, nobody was really outside like that until GHO, and then until Halloween, and then it was right back to locking in and clocking in. So that's like a stigma. Ignore that. I'm here to tell you I'm an A&T student. That's not all we do. We have to work. We have to lock in. Like, our school is very involved with like SGA, SUAB, and all these different like organizations. Another thing is like there's a lot of like guys and girls that will post like TikToks and like thirst traps that are from A&T, and people think because they're attractive, like they're gonna come here and like college is about getting a degree, not about seeking out fine people and not about going to parties. You're at the end of the day, you're here to get a degree. So, go in like that. That's all I'm going to say about that. The next thing is kind of the same with like the involvement, but it's to go to on-campus events. I know personally at my school, North Carolina A&T, and also I've seen a lot of TikToks on like Howard and stuff too, and just like really every HBCU, we're always having like pop-up events. We're always having events through like our school that are literally free, and I've had the most fun going to free on-campus events. I made a YouTube short, like two YouTube shorts actually. There was one event, it was called Love the Hair You Wear, and this they came to our school and they gave us so many free products for our hair, like a full bag. I will link the short below, but they gave us like a full bag of like body oil, hair, which I literally still use on my hair. They gave me a bonnet I use to go to sleep. Like, they gave so much stuff. And then also we had a speakeasy night. Mind you, these are all for free. We had a speakeasy night and we heard people play recite their poems. We got free food. There was another time where we had a wellness day and I got free henna. I got a free like tie-dyed hat. I got a free license plate, and I was able to see my friends do like American Ninja Warrior courses, all for free, mind you. So really, you don't even need to leave campus to have fun, especially if you have a campus that like hosts all these events. Like, if they are giving you these resources, if they are spending money, make sure that you're going. Like, there was a time too where they gave like free Jiho jerseys. Our pep rally was free and Bunna B performed. Like, go to these events. Like, all of our basketball games, all of our football games were also free. So it's like, go to the on-campus events. You're gonna have the most fun when you're not spending money, especially when the school is spending money for you. Like, they're giving us free food. You don't have to pay for food. We did not have to pay to see Bunna B. Like, it's just so many things that like our campus and other campuses give for free. So like, go to those events. That's where you're gonna have fun. My next piece of advice is to plan your dorm ahead of time. Get those decorations, decorate your dorm. Like, your dorm is where you're going to live, and especially if you're an out-of-state student, it's going to be very hard to adjust. If you decorate your dorm and you make it feel at home, you will definitely feel a lot better about yourself. I did make a video of like my move-in day vlog, but since I was coming out of state, I didn't really have that much decorations, and I really didn't decorate my dorm fully until before I left for Christmas. I'm not even kidding you. But I have another piece of advice that is kind of like contradictory of that, but it is to leave your dorm. Now, while I say like, yes, your dorm is your like home and it's like where you sleep, it's where you lay your head, so you obviously want it to be a place that you're comfortable, you need to leave the dorm. You need to go out, you need to touch grass, you need to explore campus, you need to go to the campus events, like I said. Leave your dorm, especially if you have a roommate, because it is two people's room. Me and my roommate, I honestly was blessed. I had a random roommate because there was like so many things. Like, I was trying to get a room. Like, it was just a lot. Like, I don't, like, it was a lot, right? But I ended up getting paired with a random roommate, and she's one of my closest friends now. And we definitely, like, she's from North Carolina, I'm from Texas, so sometimes she'll go back home for the weekend and I have the room all to myself. I went back home for Halloween, so she had the room all to herself, but also I am very involved on campus, so there would be a lot of times where I just wouldn't be in the dorm and she was able to have the dorm to herself, and vice versa. So it's like, leave your dorm, because yes, like, you know, you might be friends with your roommate, you might be besties with your roommate, but everybody's gonna want their alone time, one or another. Like everyone's gonna want their alone time. And if you're just like a person that is always in the room, sunrise to sunset, like, you gotta go touch some grass, because it's like, what if somebody wants to be on the phone with their mom, but they can't really say what they want to say because you're in the room? Like, leave the room. It's two people's room. Everybody's gonna want their space. Leave the room. My next piece of advice is to do not prioritize male relationships now. Now, I don't prioritize male relationships, but what I will say is, if it comes to you, it comes to you. And then, like, obviously, if you get a good guy or a good girl, then, like, keep them around, because in college, everyone is playing games. Like, everyone, I'm not kidding, especially because I go to A&T, but, like, everyone's playing games. So if you do get, like, a good guy or a good girl, I'm not saying settle down, but like, don't try to play games with them just because you want the college experience or whatnot. But in that same breath, don't prioritize those relationships. Like, no matter how much I like somebody, I'm always going to remember what I came to college to do, and it was to get the degree. So if you're in the way of me getting my degree, you're cut. And also, like, yeah, I'm not going to answer your phone call until I completed my assignment. I'm not going to hang out with you until I completed my assignment. I'm not going to, like, interact with you until I've done what I needed to do. Like, and I feel like that should go for both parties, the male and the woman, the woman and the woman, the man and the man. Whatever relationship you're in, just remember what you came to college to do. And if that person is distracting you from what you're doing, as much as you may like them, you might need to cut them off. But in the same breath, if they are a good person, they're a good person that you could see yourself having a future with, and you're a person that like wants to get married in the future, college and high school and where you're going to work in your future is really like the main three places you're going to find a significant other. So if that person comes, don't kick them to the curb, but also stay focused and like lock in. And if y'all both have the mindset of, we know what we came here to do, you probably won't have that much problems. It really only becomes a problem when like one person is being like overly clingy or like overly demanding, and they're not understanding that another person is. And with that, I say, be with someone that's equally yoked to you. If you're someone who's overly involved on campus, you have good grades, you study, you prioritize your schoolwork, you go to class, get someone that has those same values as you, because if one day you have to cancel on them because you can't go to one of their events, they're not going to be mad at you. They're not going to pick an argument because they know that you're locked in and you're there doing what you're supposed to be doing. Piece of advice I have is to go to class. I feel like once people get to college, since class, honestly, at NCAT, or at least the classes I was in, it wasn't really optional because our attendance was a grade. But I guess like you don't have, like, people would not show up to class, but you're paying money to go to the school. Show up to class, because then if you end up having an 89.4 and you want to get rounded to get your A, if you haven't been in class, your professor is not rounding you up. And I will say, like, another piece of advice is to have a good relationship with your professors. Like, talk to them, ask them how they are, email them regularly, stay after class and just have a short conversation with them. Come to class early, have a short conversation with them. You never know what you're going to need your professors for. You might need a recommendation letter, and make those relationships with your professors, because also these professors, like, especially me personally, my professors are like lawyers, because I'm a political science major. So usually political science majors end up going to law school, they become lawyers. So my professors are lawyers. They have connections to other lawyers. They can put me onto these jobs. They can send internships. So if you have a good connection with your professors, they're going to be able to send you and refer you to these companies that you want to work for. So make sure you're doing that. And you can only do that by going to class. If they don't see your face in class, they're not going to give you anything. My next piece of advice is to stay in touch with those back home friends and your family. Like, don't forget the people that got you to this point. I think a lot of people may get to college and they like forget about those that were really their day ones and stuff like that. And they don't like really call their parents who got them there, or their friends that got them there. Now, me personally, I can see both sides of this, because in high school, I did not have a good relationship with a lot of people. Like, I had my cool little 4 or 5 friends, and that was about it. Everybody else either didn't like them, they didn't like me for some reason, and it was just not that. So obviously, I'm not going to keep in touch with those people. The people that held me down, best believe I tried to make it my best effort to text them as much as I could when I wasn't busy, call them when I wasn't busy. Next thing is to become close to people that you trust and share your location with them. College can be very dangerous, especially going to an HBCU. We HBCUs get threats pretty often, so making sure that there's trusted people that you're very close with that have your location is very important. I know me personally, I shared my location with all of my suite mates because I live with them. So if ever I was in danger or something like that, at least one of the 6 of them, or is it 7 of them? At least one of them would be able to know where I was at all times, and they could be able to track me. And if you're a woman on campus, or really anywhere, make sure you have pepper spray with you, or a taser, or both, because men can be weird, especially at nighttime, especially during parties, and you never know what's going to pop off. And at any time, you may need to defend yourself. So make sure that you have like some sense of protection on you at all times. My next piece of advice is surround yourself around people that can uplift you, and just remember that you are the company you keep. I do think that it is good to like go out every now and then, but like also make sure those people that you're hanging out have a balance. Like, yes, they can party, but can they also get up for their 8 a.m., go to class, lock in, and get good grades? Because if not, and they're just distracting you, and you end up missing classes, failing tests, doing all this stuff because you're not focused and you're not prioritizing what you came to college to do, then you're going to end up being like them, because you are the company that you keep. So surround yourself with winners, because if you surround yourself with winners, you're ought to win eventually. Next thing I have is to network. A lot of people, especially for my major, I'm a political science major, and when I tell people that, either they laugh because they think I'm going to end up just being a barista, or they ask me if I plan on going to law school, which obviously I do. But a lot of people major in really good things, and they end up not getting the jobs that they want to get because they don't network. I believe, honestly, networking is more important than the grades that you get. Your grades are very important, especially if you want to go to law school. Like, maybe you need to have a 4.0 if you want to go to law school, especially at 214. But, however, if you're networking, that's how you get jobs, that's how you get paid, that's how you know people who are already at the top, so that they can refer you when it's time for them to leave, or when they just want to refer you to someone else. Like, network. Start your LinkedIn. Connect with people. Another thing, what I love doing on LinkedIn too, going to people that have my same major from any HBCU or just like any school in general, going to my major, and they're like a little bit older than me. I'm a freshman, so I am looking for internships currently. And how would I know these internships if I'm just a freshman? You go on LinkedIn, you go to people that have your same major, look up their past work experience, and apply to those internships that they put. That's the code. I just gave y'all game. Better listen to me. But yeah, network. Please network with your professors, network with I just watched a TikTok, and what this girl said was so true. And actually, I think she's an alum from NCAT, but she said every single person in your department, like your college, should know your first and last name and what you look like. Especially at NCAT, we have these events all the time, specifically just for our college. Like, I know my college, they have cookouts like all the time. They have one in the beginning of the year, they had one during GHO, and they had one during the end of the year. And that's when and then we even had like a meet the professors thing. That's when all the professors that teach anything within my college come out, they meet the students, know them, get to know them. Your dean should know who you are. Your chair should know who you are. Your professors should know who you are. Everybody in your department should know who you are by first and last name and by your face. And my last piece of advice is to have fun, go to those parties. Like I said, I'm not even a party person myself, but when I came to NCAT, I was like, I'm just like not gonna be a loser. Like, I have to get outside. I have to be outside at least once. I went out during GHO and I went out during Welcome Week. That was enough for me. But like, those are memories that I'm going to cherish forever. Like, the first party I went to was called like Project 29. Honestly, I had the most fun. It was just like being around like these new people, getting to know so many people, and I was just like in my extrovert mood. I wish I would have recorded Welcome Week for y'all, but don't worry, I will next semester and then next year after that. But like, I met so many new people that I'm still friends with today. Like, so many people that I met from Welcome Week, I'm still friends with today. And that's another piece of advice. Like, keep those connections. Like, don't meet somebody one time and then like never speak to them again. Like, if you meet someone one time, get that Instagram, follow them, DM them, and then try to hang out with them every now and then. Like, literally, I will say like 87% of the people I met during Welcome Week, I still talk to this day. And the other half, if I see them on campus, I'll just like, we'll wave to each other and it's like a mutual thing. Like, we just don't hang out. But I talk to everybody that I met during Welcome Week. Like, I have beef with nobody from Welcome Week. I'm still cool, friends, cordial, friendly, nice to speak to everybody that I met during Welcome Week. And yeah, like, just like do that, y'all. Like, go outside, have fun, like enjoy yourself. Like you're in college for 4 years, and then after those 4 years are over, it's right to adulthood. It's right to clocking in, locking in, being stressed all the time. So like enjoy the time that you have. That's just something I learned the most. Like, yes, I'm a very serious person. I know what I came to college to do, but at the same time, like, have fun. That's it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment down below which videos you guys want to see me do next. Also, make sure you guys follow all of my social medias at dihannafrancine. They'll be on the screen and linked in the description below. Bye, guys.